That's close enough. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today, we are getting a look at Arken's brand new reticle for their EP-8 LPVO. This is a cool scope. I've talked about it in the past. I've had videos up of it on the channel in the past, and it's been pretty solid for me. Well, there were a lot of people who didn't really care for the KL box reticle in the other LPVO. For me personally, I don't do a lot of shooting out to distance with ARs. And for my AR that I have set up to shoot out to distance, I've got a higher magnification scope on. So the reticle and the holdovers don't make a ton of difference to me. But if I were going to shoot a little bit further out, I would want a reticle definitely more similar to the new one that Arken is launching today, and that is the KLG reticle, or KL Grid reticle. I'm going to put a picture of it up on the screen for you here. It is kind of a more traditional Christmas tree reticle with dots, with a dot grid every mil and hash marks every half mil. If you guys were paying attention to the intro video and saw me fumbling a little bit with zero, that's not a fault of the scope. I have just never had a mil scope before. All of my optics have been MOA, so forgive that little bit of fumbling on the zero. But yeah, this one is in mils. I don't know if they're going to come out with an MOA version or not. It's probably not necessary. Most guys using LPVOs are going to want mil anyway. But yeah, mil reticle with an illuminated centered dot, and there's four kind of outlining partial circle segments that are also illuminated. And then if you're zoomed way out from like 1 to 5 power, you can see a large illuminated outer ring. And that's going to be good for quicker shooting up close. That outer ring, like I said, disappears around 5 power. Actually, it looks like it's just totally out of the image at 6 power. And here in the light anyway, I am not noticing a red haze from that outer ring around the edges of the image, so that's great. We'll have to try this out in lower light, but actually I'm really liking that at all magnifications. A small thing I've noticed just in the couple hours that I've played around with this scope is that the illuminated center portion, when you're on, 1 or 2 power magnification, and those circle segments are not super visible, even on the highest brightness setting here in the daylight. That's one thing that I really liked about the KL box reticle, is it had that horseshoe kind of shape at the top, and that whole thing lit up as well as the center, and I think you could see it just a little bit better. I don't think that's going to be an issue, but it is just something to take note of. On anything from, I'm going to say 3 power on up. Actually, it gets a whole lot better even just on 2 power, which is where I would generally leave things for close quarters anyway. One really cool thing that Arken is doing now, and I really appreciate, is that they're selling this scope as a package with the mount already mounted and leveled from the factory. Flippets already installed, everything ready to go. And flippets is what they call their scope caps here. I may talk about these scope caps more in a future video, but everything comes already set up. When I got this, all I had to do was bolt it on. No mounting procedures, no leveling, nothing. This is just a coincidence, but maybe worth noting. It also came not too crazy far off from zeroed when I first got it mounted to my rifle. Of course, that's going to be different for everybody, but that was my experience with this today. All of this, and I think you're going to be able to choose from either reticle, all of this with the one-piece cantilever mount and everything is going to be right at $300 street price. You'll have to use Arken's code or the code from one of your favorite YouTubers that is an affiliate with them to get that lowest price. I think it shows a little bit higher on the website, but $300 I think is a pretty good price for a package like this. And again, the fact that it comes pre-mounted and leveled from the factory is something that not a lot of people are offering, and I think it's really handy. For what it's worth, I haven't checked a level on this, but to my eye anyway, it couldn't get any better as far as the level goes. One thing I should note about the mount, it sits pretty darn low. I'm a guy who likes low mounts for optics most of the time, but when I first started shooting it with my more precision AR lower with the Magpul PRS light buttstock here, the little bit of an elevated cheek piece on here made it pretty hard to get my face down on it like I should. I swapped it back for the lower that normally lives with this upper that just has a Magpul MOE buttstock on it, and it is about perfect. Couldn't ask for much better there. So just keep in mind that this mount is more made for traditional height buttstocks. I am not sponsored by Arken. I'm not sponsored by anybody, but Arken did send this scope out for me to try out the new reticle. This is not going to be a full review of this scope. I've done videos with the EP-8 before, so go and check out those videos if you want to see what I think of the optic itself. I may do another full review video of the EP-8s after I've had a little bit more experience with them. I will mention who I am officially partnered with, and it is not a company that makes gun parts, gun scopes, anything like that. It is Epic Water Filters. If you guys need a good water bottle filtration system, or a system that sits on your counter or in your fridge inside the house to filter out all kinds of junk from your water, Epic Water Filters is a great place to go. Their filters are made right here in the USA, and I use them and trust them every single day to get rid of a lot of the crap that's in our Midwest water. So check them out. Use my code Generalist15 for 15% off your first order, and I'll get a little bit of kickback from that. It helps the channel out. So that's pretty much it, guys. New reticle. I like it a little bit better than the KL box reticle. Both of them are good options. It just depends on what you want. This reticle has actual mil graduations, which is a little bit more useful to me than just estimated distance-based holdovers. I will have a link for this scope package in the description. I don't make a dime off of that. If you guys are interested on why I do videos on Arken and DNT Optics, them being pretty much the same company, it's because they are directly supporting this channel by providing optics for use. I don't make any money from talking about their scopes. I don't even have an affiliate link or code for you to use, but that's just what it is. They provide scopes for use on the channel. The first Arken scope I ever used, I bought for myself, and since then, they have been gracious enough to send more out for testing, and I appreciate that. In the interest of fairness, and so that you guys can know exactly what I think about the different optics I've had the opportunity to use, I do plan on doing videos on a lot of the other scopes that I currently have and use. Most of my scopes are Vortex. I have a couple of Leupold scopes too, and now I have a few Arkens to test out. And I like different things about them all, and I hope to be able to bring those to you guys in the near future. For now, thanks so much for watching. Y'all have a good one.